in our podcast series. My name is Lisa Boson, and I live in northern Colorado. It is now September, and we are enjoying some of the most wonderful fruits and vegetables from about the next 6 weeks of the growing season. I enjoy sharing tips and tools and some recipes on how to enjoy a plant-rich lifestyle. So thank you so much for joining me. It is September and we are enjoying the Rocky Ford melons. One of the things as I look to see which videos seem to be the most popular are the videos where I just show simple techniques like how to prepare lentils, how to cut an alfalfa mango. Those are the two of the most popular. So I was really surprised, but that's cool. So let's just learn a technique on how to enjoy a Rocky Ford melon. Now you might be in Texas and you have the Pecos melon, and there's different melons around the United States. You can use this technique for any type of kind of globular looking fruit. So I've done this with a personal sized watermelon. It works great. You can also use this technique very similarly when you are sectioning a grapefruit. So let's get started and let's learn how to prepare and cut this beautiful Rocky Ford cantaloupe. So what we want is a nice cutting surface and a super sharp knife. So if you're listening to this on the podcast, I'm going to try to explain this as clearly as I can so you can visualize it. So what you want to do is just place the cantaloupe on its side, take your knife, and cut off one end, okay? And this is not the way I used to actually cut a cantaloupe, but I like this technique. So you'll cut off one end, so you'll have your flat base, and actually you'll go ahead and turn it around and cut the other side. So you have two flat ends on your cantaloupe where the stem is, stem in the bottom. So then all you're going to do, now that you've got a nice steady place to, or base to place your cantaloupe, then you're going to just take your knife and cut down the edge of it, okay? And just like when you're doing, because you can use this technique for a grapefruit as well, you want to find kind of where the green is on a grapefruit would be the pith, and just bring your knife around the edge just like this, and then just turn your cantaloupe maybe 1/16 of a turn and take off another bit. Isn't that beautiful? That's like super easy. I'm hoping you can see this okay. Again, you can use this technique on a personal watermelon. That worked beautifully the other day. I'm the only one that eats watermelon, and I love the personal watermelons because they're so perfect for just one person. That's why they call them personal. About the size of this cantaloupe, and you can cut it. A lot of them are seedless, and there's just a lot less waste. It stores easier. You can get rid of and compost the peel, this cantaloupe peel. And what we're trying to do is just try to capture as much of the green, because the green will be a little bit bitter. I'm not going to be 100% on this. Now some people, that's cool if you want to cut it in half and cut it in wedges and keep some of the pith and let people eat it. That's fine too. Now another option is, we don't eat a whole lot of fish anymore, and I don't fillet fish, but I do still have my fillet knife. For things like this, where I'm really trying to get in and be a little bit more, I like the flexibility of the fillet knife. So I will pull out my fillet knife and just clean it up. Maybe you do this and you can do a better job. I err on the side of probably try not to take off too much cantaloupe. So yeah, then you'll just cut down the sides like that, and about, I'd say 1 inch, 1.5 inch wedges. Now I'm left-handed, so you're going to do things opposite if you are right-handed, of course. And yeah, just kind of hold on to it, slice down, you know, have a sharp knife and be a little patient. It is worth the effort to get a fresh cantaloupe. I know there's prepared, and sometimes that's great to have already cubed when you're in a hurry. That's wonderful. I always look at cantaloupe kind of like as a free food in the scheme. It's a great dessert if it's a good one, it's nice and sweet. So yeah, so then just kind of take your time, clean it up a little bit. I could have maybe have done a little bit better job, but I was really just trying to be slow and not waste. So pretty good. I'm happy with that. Got my nice little pile going on over here. So then you'll just, you know, do what you might traditionally do, and that is cut it in half. Isn't that lovely? Just lovely. Try not to hurt my knife too much doing that. And then you'll just proceed with your normal, you can cut it into wedges if you want. That's cool. Some people just like wedges. You might want to scoop this out and put some fruit in it. I think that would be lovely. And you can just eat it too. So that's kind of the easiest way I have found and safest way to cut a cantaloupe. I've done it a couple of other ways, but this is just easy. And again, when you're cutting your own fruits and vegetables and preparing them, yeah, it's sticky and gooey, and oh, there's seeds, but you get this wonderful, you really, I think, kind of like this weird oneness of nature, where you can feel the roughness of the skin, and then the green, the softness of the green, and then the lushness of the inside with the seeds. You really get to know what a fruit actually looks like from the beginning, not to mention the wonderful smell that a well-developed cantaloupe will taste like. This one is absolutely perfect. It's not mushy. It's just going to be yummy. So thank you for joining me today and learning an easy technique on how to prepare a cantaloupe, how to peel it and cut it and have it ready to enjoy its juiciness. Again, you can use this on any roundish oval fruit or vegetable, like a personal watermelon, and the initial technique for sectioning a grapefruit. So this technique is also in my cookbook. As I celebrate the goodness of northern Colorado and some of the other areas of Colorado where we get our Palisade peaches, our cherries, our chilies, our beans, and our melons. So click to subscribe so that you get other videos, as well as join me on itsyourseason.life and join the newsletter. I send out a monthly newsletter with more tips and tools on how to enjoy this wonderful part of our life that includes food, friendships, a little bit of nature, soulfulness, and living well. Thank you again for joining me.